Welcome back. Today we're going to be doing evaluating expressions, and the directions say to evaluate each expression using the values below. So what you'll see over here is you'll see a whole bunch of numbers. Every single letter is going to stand for a number, and these letters are called variables. They are called variables. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking these numbers and substituting them for their letters. So for example, this first one is AB minus DE. I know that A is 4, so I'm going to replace A with a 4. And then I know that B is 8, so I'm going to replace B with an 8. Notice I put a times symbol in the middle because we're multiplying A times B. So then I bring down the minus sign that's in the middle, and then I know that D is 7, so I'm going to replace D with a 7, and then I know that E is 1, so that E is going to become a 1. And now from here, I just evaluate it using order of operations. I see that I'm multiplying first. This 4 times 8 is going to give me 32. I still have a minus 7 times 1, so I'm going to bring that down. I know that I need to multiply before I subtract. This negative 7 times 1 is going to give me negative 7, so I'm going to have 32 minus 7. So then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 32 and 7, and that's going to give me 25. And that'll be my answer. So what we're doing is we're substituting numbers for letters. Alright, so over here at number 2, I have f squared plus g plus e cubed. So I know that f is the same thing as 0, so I'm going to replace f with a 0. But I'm still going to have it squared. I bring down my plus sign. I know that g is the same thing as negative 3. Negative 3. I'm going to put that in parentheses, just so the signs don't mix. And then I'm going to bring down the plus, and e cubed, that's going to be 1 cubed. 1 cubed. And I know that because e is equal to 1 over here. So I'm literally just replacing letters with numbers. That's all I'm doing. So now I move on to exponents. I know that I have 0 squared on the left side. That's 0 times 0, which is going to give me 0. And then I bring down the plus, negative 3. Over here I have a plus, 1 cubed. And I know that 1 cubed is the same thing as multiplying 1 by itself twice. So that's going to give me 1 times 1 times 1, which is just 1 at the end of the day. So that's going to be a 1. So now I have addition to do. I have 0 plus negative 3. That's going to give me negative 3. And I bring down the plus 1. And now I have negative 3 plus 1, which is negative 2. And I'm done. So once you run out of steps to do when you do your order of operations at the end, that's going to be your final answer. Alright, let's look at number 3 down here. I want to do this one next. So I have d minus e inside parentheses for this one. And I have divided by c at the very end. So what I need to do first is I need to replace these letters with numbers. So I'm going to have my parentheses. I need to remember those. D is 7 minus, and then e is going to be 1. So I replace e with a 1. I close up my parentheses, and then I have divided by c. C is negative 2. So now I have two sets of parentheses. 7 minus 1 is going to give me 6, divided by negative 2. I bring that down. And then 6 divided by negative 2 is going to give me negative 3. And that's it. So that's evaluating expressions. All you're doing is you're letting letters be numbers. Now, there is a reason why this is the case. This is called the substitution principle. the substitution principle. And what that basically says is, if two things are equal, you can basically replace one for the other. So let's say if A equals B, then I can substitute B for A, or A for B. Either way, that's how the substitution principle works. All right, so I hope that helps out.